Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, Beedie.
It is Fourens, the foodie.
And we are back with an episode.
We back.
A different episode.
Are you drinking today?
No, just water. Oh, do you know what? That reminds me. Before we
I was going to reach for my
before we start, yeah, I would like to issue a public apology to Pollen, okay? Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it, yeah? Because this...
Is it killing you?
Softly. Not even softly. Very, very hardly, actually.
And do you know what's so funny? I am completely unaffected this year, which is crazy for me because...
Yeah. I know normally you're a bit mad, yeah.
Yeah, like can't breathe, everything. Like, do you remember that one time? I think...
It was Italy.
It was even... No, not even just Italy. When I came to record at yours, there was a time I came, or I came to record or we were recording remotely, and I literally was dying.
Mate, there's been many times that I remember I was like, mate, and the asthma thing combined, it's just a bit mad.
Yeah.
I think you said double it and pass it on, and then that's what I got, the doubled. But I'm happy that
I'm
sorry.
I'm
happy that you're good because you suffered.
Yeah.
You suffered enough.
I've suffered enough, so I'm actually good. I just take my fexofenadine like sparingly when I remember.
Mate,
but it's not
accountability in it. Me too. I've been taking it like as and when ad hoc. But
Oh,
Colin is
there you
saying
go.
to me, "Sis, I don't know what you're playing at."
And everyone is having it really, really bad this year. How crazy.
Yeah, but it's been really bad for me for the past like 3 years. Like it's actually been, it's getting progressively worse. Like even Italy, I don't know what was in that room that we stayed in.
No, that place was crazy though.
But it was just our room.
Yeah. Maybe there's something to do with my weight loss that links to it. Who knows?
Oh, so the solution is to lose weight.
Girl, it seems to be the solution to everything. Everything goes up when you lose weight. Libido, fertility, hay fever, apparently, like
Right.
your price, apparently. This is the world we live in
Girl,
today.
Society. Don't believe the
Society,
lies.
society.
Don't believe the lies.
But yes, I'm actually drinking today,
Yes, we're drinking.
but I'm drinking apple cider.
Caillou. Why is it not in focus for me?
I don't
Bring it
know.
towards your
It'll be in
face.
focus for them. Can you see it?
Okay, yeah, now I can see it. Fantastic.
Do you know what's so funny about appetizer? I actually used to think it was an exclusive thing to Prezzo because that was the only time I would see it and drink it. And then like now I just see it everywhere, and like, I love apple juice.
Maybe it
and
was,
then
and they sold the rights.
I guess I love apple juice, and then to add sparkling
Yeah.
water, which I
Genius.
equally love, crazy.
Genius.
And also I have really bad acid reflux, so I don't drink things that are really acidic.
Yeah.
Like orange juice will set me off, apple juice, but this
Does it
surprisingly
not?
is fine.
Good to know.
Maybe the sparklingness
Do you
takes
know
out
what I
some
did
of
actually?
the
Because I'm not really...
acid.
Is sparkling water and soda water the same thing? What's the difference?
I think it's in. Well, boy, if I'm wrong, people are going to be saying this regularly,
It
bitch.
doesn't matter.
I think sparkling is just sparkling, but I think soda is like infused with soda. I don't know. I actually don't know.
The reason I say that is because we have like Ribena, yeah.
And then there's tonic water. It's too
Oh,
much.
yeah, there's too many options. Just sparkling, non-sweet things.
Yeah.
We have Ribena, yeah, like the squash, yeah. And so I put a bit of that and some soda water instead of normal water, and it was really nice. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
oh, why have I not done this before? But that's basically what appetizer is, just apple juice and like, well, sparkling water, whatever the difference is. Anyway, I'm drinking still water in my
Okay.
bowl that I told you guys about a few episodes ago. It's fantastic. My water intake
Congrats.
has improved rapidly, actually.
I love that for you.
My
I
body
love that
loves
for your
it
insides.
too. My body loves it too. She's been like, finally.
Speaking of talking to you guys, I actually wanted to say a special shout out to my cousin, my Jeezy. She's been on the pod.
She has indeed, friend of the show.
A friend of the show. We were
Long-time
talking
supporter.
the other day, literally, and we were talking the other day, and she said to me, "Oh yeah, like, the next episode you guys are dropping is da 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 da," and because I know the last time I listened is blah 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 blah, blah. And I was like, "Girl, you are a
real one.
fan,
A real one.
and you're not even a fan because."
She knows
Relative,
you.
you're a fan
Yeah.
because you actually
Fuck with
enjoy
it.
the show.
I know.
And I just want to say I fuck with everyone heavy. Special shout out to her because she's been from day one.
For real. There's
But
something so special about
everyone that
because-
listens.
No, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying, everyone that listens, we love you. I know people say that, like, people say, oh, I love you, but I actually love everyone that listens and supports us because
100%.
we're just two random girls
Two
from
random
Northwest
girls.
and you're making our
Chat
dreams
shit.
come true.
And also, like, not only do I love you, but I rate you because you have
Yeah.
amazing taste.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. I really do respect it. I was gonna say, like, there's a thing about, like, obviously you want to support your friends in it. Whatever your friends are doing, you want to support. And sometimes it's like you can feel that they're supporting you because they're your friends, which is fine. Like, it's great. Friends support friends, yeah. But I think with Najizi, I'm not trying to dox her, yeah. I feel like
literally, that's why I said.
I feel like you like she proper like fucks with it, like, even if she didn't know us.
Yeah.
And I think there's just something so special about that, because it's like you guys listening who don't know us. It's like, rah, you really don't know us, and you like us enough to put up with our inconsistency and come when we're chatting shit and when we're just doing nonsense, and you come every week. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, we are not inconsistent babes. I wouldn't class us as
maybe that's how I feel in
inconsistent.
my head.
It's probably how you feel,
I feel like
because
it's how I feel in terms
if you are not, if you are not like you probably think, I don't think we're inconsistent babes.
Yeah.
I think we other shows, big shows go on that have their seasons.
I know.
We be
I'm
thugging
working on
it through.
Don't you think I've been better this year?
Yeah, I definitely think you've been better.
I think I've been a lot more like
chilled.
Yeah, like no one's gonna die. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we enrich your life, but you're not gonna die without us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't come and die. Life is hard enough.
Kudos where kudos are due.
Yeah. So today,
I'm so excited.
I've been looking forward to this episode, you know. In
fact, I'm gonna sit down like this.
Oh my god, not the legs wide open, legs to the moon. I can see.
Literally, legs to the moon. I'm just chilling.
Today's different because I'm gonna be discussing an episode that a documentary that Fourens has never seen.
Yes.
So she's gonna be like you guys, unless you have seen it. I don't know your life. But this documentary is called Finders Keepers. Did I tell you that much? Did I tell you?
No,
what
you didn't. Okay.
Have you seen it?
I think I don't remember if I've seen it or if you've talked about it.
I've talked about it because I suggested that we do it, but that was time ago.
Is it anything to do with like a nun?
No, because you asked me something similar and I said no. That's how I know you haven't watched it. Because you said something else before and I was like, no, it's not. She hasn't seen it. Okay. You will never guess what it's about. So this documentary, it opens up with this guy. His name is Shannon Wisnant. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so he's telling us, you know, he bought this storage unit because someone couldn't pay for it. So you know when they sell off people's things, yeah. So
can I say what I think Shannon would look like? This might be a long episode. You
can say. And also, if the battery dies, I'm so sorry. I tried, didn't it? But yeah, go ahead.
Is he like grey hair? He looks a bit like the guy that said he sucked dick for water at Fire Festival. No. I was so sure.
Do you know what? No, because you need to hear when the more you hear about him, the more you'll have an accurate depiction of what he looks like. Okay. I like this game. So someone couldn't pay for this unit, so he buys the unit, yeah? In the unit is a grill. Okay. Yeah. In the grill.
Foreman? Huh? Foreman grill? Or
quite possibly. I don't know. They didn't specify.
Okay, I'm going to shout.
No, I like the question.
It's like guessing games, like Cluedo.
So in the unit was a grill. Do you want to guess what was in the grill?
A human body part of sorts.
A leg.
I was going to say leg because it's the most obvious option, but yeah.
A leg. So during the course of this episode, I'm going to be alternating between leg and foot because in the documentary you hear leg, you hear foot. But if you want to imagine like how big of a part or what's it called? Extremity we're talking about, yeah? We're talking about like below the knee. There and down. So like your calf area, that sort of thing. Yeah. And your foot included.
Below the knee. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it? Biology?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's literally like...
Yeah, this is your leg. Legs to the moon. Speaking of legs to the moon, yeah, did you watch the Kirk and Rasheeda documentary?
No, I haven't watched it. Yeah, I will.
Documentary. Speaking of documentary, they actually have a documentary coming out.
Ooh, we gonna cover that.
What I'm talking about is the Carlos King interview. If you haven't seen
I haven't watched it yet. You sent the link.
Yeah, I did. But I'll send it again. I'll put it in the description. If you were a Love and Hip Hop babe back in the day, then watch it. I'm telling you, my mind was opened. I wouldn't say changed, but opened to them.
Okay.
Anyway, watch it. So where are we? Okay, yeah, the leg in the grill, of course. So Shannon is a bit tapped. Yeah.
Not sharp.
He's not sharp. Neither is that one, boy.
That's a whole different podcast episode.
No, Shannon is sharp, clearly. So the doc really wants us to know that he's always wanted to be famous. Okay, so just bear that in mind. We have Shannon. He buys a grill. He finds a leg. he's always wanted to be famous. Okay.
This could never not have happened to a better person.
Exactly.
But I hypothesize he planted it there for fame.
No, that's not what happens.
Okay.
I, at this point, is thinking, a leg in a grill. Where does leg come from? Who does the leg belong to? Is there foul play? What's going on? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, there has to be foul play. The play has to be foul.
The play has to be foul, but turns out...
Okay, I need to shut up because we're never going to get through this.
Don't shut up.
Okay.
Because
this is so much fun.
It turns
I
out...
can't emphasize how much fun this is. I'm having a time. Can we do this every episode? You just tell me stuff.
So the way that I'm fighting for my life, today at work, I was, when you have that bunged up congestion sort of feeling.
Yeah.
I was just there like... But anyway.
It's just confirmation to me that we are not built to be working.
Yeah, working or in this country. So something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
So turns out there is no foul play. The play was not foul. Okay, I know.
Someone left their leg there.
Okay, see, the plot thickeneth. Okay, because there's basically this guy. His name is John Wood, and he had his leg amputated years and years and years ago, and he kept it in the grill.
Sorry, what?
Yes, okay. That's why I knew this documentary would be great for this. So we'll just put a pin in that one for now.
Okay.
John and Shannon, they hate each other till this day. Okay, so John is the owner of the leg, and Shannon is the finder of the leg.
But did they know each other prior to the leg?
It's unclear.
Gate.
It's unclear.
Okay.
It's unclear. I get into that later. I think so, but I also don't know. So it's a bit bizarre. So this whole documentary is about the leg. Okay. Shannon's whole vibe is finders keepers, and John is like, hello, it's my leg. And Shannon is like, well, if you cared so much about the leg, why did you leave it in the grill? Which I see both sides.
I see both sides like Chanel.
I see both sides like Chanel.
Actually, I don't see the side of keeping the leg. Why are you keeping a human leg?
The side that I see...
Also, was the leg not decayed?
We're going to get into that. The side that I see is that if you cared so much about this thing, why did you leave it in the grill? That
I see that.
The whole, I found it, I'm keeping it. I don't see. In fact, I can't see. I'm blind. I don't see that part because it's not your leg. Like, okay, it was in the grill. And also...
You don't have a leg to stand on quite literally. You don't have a leg
to stand on. Well. And also, like, he didn't sell the grill. It was... it was repossessed. No, his leg wasn't repossessed, but his belongings were repossessed. So,
But you should have kept that grill at home. That's not the kind of thing that leaves your home.
Yeah, it's true. But I think he explains it later. I don't know if I mentioned... This is why I missed you. I was like, I have to actually write down everything now. But, yeah, so... We get into how John lost his leg, okay? And we find out at this point that he lost it in a plane crash.
Okay.
And we get into that more later. For now, we're talking about how...
Fun fact, I have an uncle that survived 2 plane crashes.
Yes, I remember the one that he was in his seat and he just ejected. Was that your granddad?
Oh, but... No, it was my granddad, but he's actually dead now. It was my granddad's brother.
The one that came to your wedding and they said that he shouldn't? Is it the uncle that came to your wedding? Or he didn't come to your wedding?
None of my grandpa's brothers came to my wedding. Oh, okay. Which wedding? What are you talking about?
How many weddings have you had?
What family member said they shouldn't come?
Uncle that you had and he was ill and they were like, oh, he shouldn't fly, like he shouldn't come for your wedding.
Oh, the one that passed away from... Yeah, no, it's not him. He's my dad's friend.
Oh, okay.
Like my dad's best friend. The one I'm talking about is my grandpa's brother.
Your grandpa's brother. So what would that be to you? Your grandpa's brother.
He's my granduncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard to,
yeah. But he passed away last year.
No.
Yeah. My grandpa only has one full brother alive.
How many of them were there?
From like...
back in them days,
I think
probably 10.
His mum, my great grandma had like 11 kids.
Oh, last
I think 7. I think 7 made it to like proper adulthood, and then now there's only one of my grandpa's full brothers, and then one half brother.
Matting, they did all right.
Yeah, they did all right. Yeah.
So, for now, we're talking about John, owner of the leg, how he got his leg, yeah? Because obviously if they amputate your leg, I thought they would just incinerate it.
No, I think you can keep... I kept my appendix, even though I don't know where it is now. Someone has definitely used that for ritual because the operation was in Nigeria.
Okay.
But you're not going to make much money from me, so...
No, they're holding on.
Oh my God, sorry. I'm so sorry to digress. I feel like I just need to tell someone this.
What?
Speaking of people using people's things for ritual, so my husband and I went to Brighton, okay?
Yeah.
And so we went to Brighton. I don't know how to say this without being overly graphic. We went to Brighton and then we went out for the day, okay, from the hotel. And I had left my knickers in the bed.
Knickers is so British.
I know. In the bed, right? All wrapped up in the covers. And I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
Make of that what you will.
They've made it.
So anyways, because I feel like there's no other context that someone would do that. So I just don't want people to think, oh, I'm just this dirty girl that leaves pants anywhere. Okay.
But that's what you did.
So
you left it anywhere.
No, but it wasn't that context, okay? It wasn't that
she was
context.
in bed and she removed it in order to pray night vigil.
So then we come back from going out and then they haven't done the room. And my husband's like, oh, it's fine. I was like, no, like, we're in a hotel. The experience is to come home.
At the time that you said this, you didn't remember that the panty was.
I didn't. This was a pant of This was a pant of last night. Okay. This was a whole other
a whole new day. A whole new day. Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't remember that. So I called the people and I was like, no, like they need to come and clean it. So then this guy comes up and they give us a complimentary wine down at the bar. So we go down to the bar to have said wine. And this guy comes upstairs and he's like, yeah, I'll clean your room. And then he comes in and he cleans the room. And then that night we get into bed and then I suddenly turned to my husband and I was like, I left my pant here. And so wait, the pant where is it? We looked everywhere. And I left it in the bed. I did not put it in my suitcase. You have your...
I thought you were going to say that it was like all made and he like left it on the...
We checked under the bed because it was actually my favorite pair of knickers. Actually, I actually love those knickers. We checked under the bed. We checked we checked everywhere.
Inside the sheet. Do you know? Maybe
it was not. We checked those sheets. We checked everywhere.
But maybe it wasn't a case of take the panties inside pocket. Maybe it was like he just like undid everything and it was like intertwined within the laundry.
I would like to hope so.
I mean, that's what you need to hold on to.
Every so often, my husband looks at me and he's like, somebody somewhere is sniffing.
I'm for free.
Your knickers. And I know. I'm for free. In a world where you can charge for that.
I'm for free.
Yeah. So, just crazy scenes.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
This is a lesson that it doesn't matter how hot and heated things get. Make sure you put your
pen, just
underwear.
Put them to the side.
Yeah, put them to the side, honey.
Like,
don't take them off.
So how did we get here? Oh yeah, so he asked the hospital for his leg, yeah, and so he thinks that they're gonna skin it. You know, all he's gonna get is like a skeleton, but they just give him the leg in like a white rubbish bag.
But that's how they actually dispose of body parts. It's just like in a plastic bag and they put it in human waste.
They didn't dispose of it though. They delivered it to him.
Yeah, but what did he want? A ceremony?
He wanted a skeleton.
Okay.
Maybe should have specified. I don't know what the
yeah, and also they're not. This is not like a butcher shop where they're not going to skin it for you.
Yeah, and they didn't. So he puts this plastic bag containing his human leg in his freezer. And then he's like, oh shit, it doesn't fit in my freezer because obviously not. Okay. So what does he do? He gives it to his friend who works at a fast food restaurant to put in the freezer at the fast food restaurant, which she does.
Did they say what restaurant it was? Or...
They didn't say.
No, they need to have said because.
And then the manager
that's
finds
really
it
scary
and says, nope, this guy has to come and collect his leg.
But did they fire?
The documentary is not about the happenings on.
No, because we eat this food.
Not us. We're safe. We're here. So then he says, all right, I'm going to get some embalming fluid. He does a Phaedra Parks. And he wraps it up in embalming fluid and he lets it dry out. And then he puts it into the grill. He gets evicted. His stuff goes into a storage unit. He doesn't pay for said storage unit. Shannon buys the storage unit. And that's how he gets the leg.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
Fluid. Okay, I didn't know you could put something. I thought embalming fluid was something that went through the body.
This is what I thought.
And dried up.
We have to remember that this is an amateur effort. So, you know, it's very possible.
He was very determined.
Well, when it's your leg, what are you going to do?
Imagine if he had thrown it in the dumpster and then they had started like a murder investigation.
Yeah, it's true. Imagine.
That would have been so. That would have been. I mean,
It would have been a waste
funny.
of police resources. Is what it would have been.
I know, but it would have been a good fucking documentary.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Now we hear more about Shannon, whose lower third is entrepreneur, aka unemployed. Now that I've explained him a little bit, do you want to take like another guess at what you think he looks like?
I feel like if you saw him, you would know he has some kooky tendencies. I don't know why, and people are gonna think I'm fatphobic. I'm absolutely not. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I knew it. And then maybe like a bit okay, do you know what I'm thinking? The energy I'm getting, slightly like Kevin from The Office.
Yes.
But a full head of hair,
I was
brown.
going to say, but more hair. Yes. I knew the more you
Sensei.
heard, the more you would guess. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
This top.
the vibe of like this whole thing, everyone's very like country, like blue collar vibes. Yeah? Is that kind of matching up with like, I want to say redneck, but like maybe not necessarily redneck, but just that kind of like very country vibe. Yeah. So Shannon tells us about finding the leg, and he opens the grill and he screams when he sees that it's a leg, and he's made sure to tell us that he picked up the leg and then cholesterol oozed out of it.
Can that happen? What is cholesterol? What does cholesterol even look like? Just fat?
I would assume fat, but then also maybe it was embalming fluid.
What?
Right. So there's this bit where
Did he pick up the actual leg?
well, this is what
bareback.
this is what I assume. Yeah. There's this bit where he's describing like his parents reacting to it.
Always use protection, kids.
He's describing his parents reacting to the leg, and he's like, they said, a what? A foot? A what? I'm going to insert it because you need to hear it. He's like, a what? And then Shannon's like, a foot. And he's like, a what?
My mother and her boyfriend come running, and they said, well, what did you find, Shannon?
He said, it's a human foot.
They said, a what? I said, a foot. And they said, a what?
You're full of it.
Country.
It's so funny.
This is indeed, in fact, Texas.
This is, where was it? Did I say where it was, where this happened?
No, but it's given Mississippi.
We can assume any of those places. I'll allow it. So we meet this police officer called Nelson, who he sees the leg, and so he wants to take it to a funeral home because obviously it's like an unhoused. I don't know.
How did they not? What made them assume that it wasn't from a like dead body or a murder?
So they weren't sure at first, and then I think anyway, John claimed.
I guess they must have traced it back to the story.
Leg, yeah. So we meet a police officer. Oh, I said that bit already. The story makes the news. Okay, park that. Next part of the documentary, we learn about this man called Tom. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Tom is John's dad. Remember, John is the owner of the leg. Shannon is the finder of the leg. What do you think John looks like? Have you had enough to get a
no.
okay, it's fine. We'll keep going.
John. Oh yeah, no. John gives me he like same like redneck kind of vibes, but he's skinny for some reason. I think
he is skinny.
Long hair.
No.
Okay, I
not
thought long hair.
No.
A bit of a beard.
Did he have facial hair? I don't really remember, but nothing significant.
But I feel like a tooth is missing somewhere.
It's that kind of vibe, yeah. It's very like.
Okay.
But anyway, all will be revealed. So Tom was really proud of John when John was like in boot camp. I don't know if boot camp was like army stuff. I don't know. Whatever.
It is army
there
stuff.
You go.
Yeah.
And then John got on drugs, and he got kicked out of the army boot camp place. And Tom was really disappointed. And then John got into more drugs, feeling really bad for disappointing his dad. Which is sad, but also like, sort it out, love. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm surprised he didn't lose a leg from the drugs.
Well, no, exactly, he didn't though, but it's sadder than that. However, John actually starts to get sober, and he's sober for like a year, and he's doing really well, and he's rebuilding his relationships with his parents, blah blah blah. And then there's the plane crash. So the plane crash story is really sad because the dad, Tom, has actually sold the plane. And so they're going to deliver it the next day. So they have like one last hurrah. And they're like, okay, cool. We're going to have one last flight before we go and deliver this plane tomorrow. When they're in the air, they hit a weather front, wherever that is. And the plane starts shaking really violently. And then they plummet down nose first. I know. It's actually mad.
Does Tom survive?
Tom is killed.
Okay, because you said we meet Tom.
Oh, no, we learn about Tom. Sorry, we don't meet him.
Okay.
Sorry, no, there's no seances that happen in this documentary. R.I.P. Tom. So, Tom, the dad, is killed, and John survives, but that's how he loses his leg, yeah? And
That's crazy to survive
very
that.
crazy to survive that. And he was the co-pilot. It was just him and his dad, so he feels like almost responsible for this happening. Even though it's not his fault, there's probably nothing he could have done.
Does he go back on drugs?
Yes. So
okay.
his leg means, so this is when you start thinking, actually, this is more than just like a funny little story about the leg, right? And like, oh, find his keepers, because this leg, like, he's reminded of the crash every single day. Like, he has to put on his prosthetic leg every day and take it off every night. And it's like he wanted the leg so that he could have like a shrine to his dad, like kind of to remember the whole. Why are you doing that? I was like, that did you not have a shrine for Mr. Christopher Maurice Brown?
Yeah. Pre-Rihanna, by the way.
Yeah,
just
of
need
course.
to clarify.
It's true.
But yeah, no, I didn't have human body parts there.
Yeah, but if like, obviously,
no.
Okay, wait, stop. The human body parts thing is mad. Yeah, let's just put that's actually mad. But what I'm empathizing with is wanting
the
to
sentiments.
have the sentiment is wanting to remember.
Yeah, I empathize with the sentiment, not the act.
Yeah, but then also like. Okay, yeah, there's no way to... Yeah, it's mad.
God forbid, if that... yeah, I didn't even think about it, but...
It's mad.
If it was like my mum, like, her ghost would be like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? What the hell? Literally, what the hell are you on, Tay? Like, my mum would be...
Cyrus?
What the hell, Barry? Like...
It's mad. It's mad, but I think what I'm more leaning to is like, okay, cool. This is a loss.
In different ways.
You're reminded of it every single day, and now the little thing you feel like you had, because it's not even like it was his dad's leg. It was his.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Nothing is 2 + 2 is making 10.
It's
like
making
what?
Leg. Like
this is why the parents are like, what?
Yeah. What?
Literally, what are you talking about?
Meanwhile, Shannon, he's famous around town, and he's known as the foot guy.
Local champion.
He loves it. It's actually disgusting how much he loves it. It's disgusting. Shannon, somehow he has a wife, and this just proves that there is love out there for everybody.
Everyone.
Mm-hmm. It's almost as if, like, as much as he loves his wife, that's as much as he hates John. I got the impression, and I could be wrong, that they grew up around each other, because he makes a comment about John being spoilt because he had a roller rink in his house and people used to go there for parties, and Shannon wasn't allowed. I don't know if it's like he wasn't allowed, as in his parents didn't let him, or he wasn't invited or allowed invite. I don't know, but it just seemed very strange, and it was like, oh, how random that this would happen, and then you guys are all like you all know each other. But then also, if it's a really small town, then maybe it makes sense. So Shannon, ever the entrepreneur, he charges people to come and see the grill that the leg was in. Not the leg, the grill that housed the leg. Yeah? $1 for kids and $3 for adults.
It's the people that paid for it that are stupid. At the end of the day...
The leg is at the funeral home. The grill is what you're paying to see. Okay, fantastic. So Shannon goes to the funeral home to claim the leg because he says that it's his, as in like his possession. And so then he basically wants to be able to charge more so that
people can see the leg and the grill.
A businessman.
An entrepreneur.
This is obviously mad. I think 1, because it's somebody's leg, okay, and 2, because he lost it in really tragic circumstances. So, you know, it is kind of like...
And 3, you're a pariah.
Yeah, exactly. You're a clout chaser and it's mad. Yeah. Again, just if anyone's forgotten, this whole documentary is about who owns the leg, okay? That's what we're trying to ascertain here. Okay. So, Shannon goes to intimidate John. He like sees him at the Dollar General and he's like staring him down. Yeah. So John's being interviewed by someone, and then Shannon walks up to like imagine. So this documentary, the whole documentary is basically one scene, Shannon saying something, chatting shit about John. The next scene, John saying something, opposing it, chatting shit about a thing. Shannon tries to offer John a deal. He's kind of like, oh, let's just play the media, let's just make money and be famous, and like he wants to split custody of the leg. And John is like, no. And Shannon is like, John said, yeah, like he wanted to split custody. And John is like, no, I did not say that. And I'm inclined to believe John, who owns the leg.
Yeah, because what the hell is actually going on in the House of Commons?
In the House of Commons. Why would I split my leg with you? It's mine.
And also, my leg is not like a circus attraction.
Oh, mad. So this documentary kind of goes back and forth. We're now fourth, and we're talking about John, who resents his mum because there was no memorial service for his dad. They just cremated
I thought you say for the leg.
Oh,
okay.
No, for his dad. They just cremated him. Sorry guys, my nose is running like mad. Hey, pollen, I'm so sorry. Please have mercy on me. Okay, you can't see my tissues here. Good, it's out of shot. So what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So the mum, basically is like, listen, your dad, he wouldn't have wanted the fuss. Plus, funerals are expensive, so
it is what it is. Yeah.
It's so much so that the mum didn't even put him in an urn. She put him in a box.
Ooh.
And you think, oh, that's so mean. But very rarely are people mad. Yeah.
Yeah. So there must be something.
Okay. So John's sister reveals that their marriage was really bad. Like Tom was really misogynistic. He didn't treat her very well, and so they say she carries a grudge. I think, I hear it. I would carry it for her, fam.
Literally, I'm carrying a grudge now. Now I'm mad.
Now, the mum is here in the documentary, like, oh, like, people say forgive and forget. Like, what kind of dumb statement is that? Like, she doesn't give a heck, yeah? I'm sure she's even happy that the man died. So now we hear a lot about John's drug addiction, and we hear a bit about how the plane crash impacted him. So remember we said he was sober for a year, and then he gets put on OxyContin for the pain. If you remember one of our first episodes, the pharmacist episode, we learned about OxyContin and how she is a bitch, okay?
Ooh.
So he gets...
Sorry, my light just died.
Oh, okay.
It's fine, we'll go on, but...
The show must go on. Your aura is so bright, it will light up the room.
Indeed.
So he gets addicted after being on it. So he actually was sober for a year, plane crash, pain meds, addiction. It's a very, very common story. So he steals his mum's car, and basically he's taking a piss. He's trying to do stuff to basically afford drugs, and then she has enough. She's like, fuck it, I'm done with you, I'm not enabling you anymore, I'm done.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Meanwhile, back now to Shannon. So
is he on these drugs whilst this documentary's going on, or is he sober again?
I think he's sober, but it's giving lasting effects of drugs.
Okay.
From what I remember, because I watched this a while back. Shannon, meanwhile, is on a press tour about the foot. He's saying that, him and John are on the same page regarding business. John is like, it's a lie, and now Shannon has it out for John. He chats shit about John on the radio and chats shit about his dad. Chats shit about his dead dad, blaming said dad for the crash.
It's giving Contessa and Heavenly.
Bruh. My mom that died in 2011. My mom that died in 2011.
Oh God.
Oh, what a show. Heavenly's mad.
What a show. I miss it.
Yeah.
Insane. I don't want to see her next season.
She's going to be there.
But I know I was going to say, I know she'll be there, but I don't want to see her.
And she'll never change.
Yeah, I don't see her. I don't see Jackie.
I've been not wanting to see Jackie from. She thinks she's better than the show. That's what I don't like. It's like
it's like, why are you here?
That's what I'm saying. If you're better than the show,
and I said it before, she doesn't check Heavenly because Heavenly says the stuff that Jackie wants to say, but her image wouldn't allow her to say.
It's true.
I'm sick. It's just a toxic show.
It's true. It is. But which of those shows isn't toxic? So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the dead dad. Yeah. So now the gloves are off. Okay. And John goes online to defend himself. Also, there's a bit of confusion at this point as to who has the leg. So Shannon is saying that he has it. John is saying that he has it. It's impossible you both have it. So who has it? Shannon sues John. Would it be America if somebody didn't sue somebody?
Okay, Shannon sues John on what basis?
He's saying that he has possession of his property.
Okay.
Any further questions?
Does John actually have the leg?
At this point, we don't know.
Okay.
But then also, you just said you have it. So then why are you now suing to say that
So who did the funeral home give it to? Funeral?
I don't know. I think maybe John. Okay. But the media is on John's side. I mean, understandably.
Yeah.
Shannon to camera in the documentary, as we're watching, is basically like, oh, I don't understand like why people aren't on my side. Like, he doesn't understand why nobody cares what he's dealing with.
Okay.
There's this bit, I had to mention it, where Shannon's getting a haircut, and it's like a scene from The Office, because he's like,
Anytime you can do something that's fun, you like to do, and make money doing it, hey, it's a win-win-win. And anytime you can win-win-win, you're win-win-winning, you know? If you're just winning or win-winning, that's just winning or win-winning. But when you're win-win-winning, you're win-win-winning.
if you're winning, then you're just winning. But if you win, then you win. And if you're winning, then you win-win. And it's just...
lose-lose or win-win. When Michael was doing the mediation.
I need you to watch this documentary. Like, I know...
I will. I actually now will watch it, because it's gone from the sublime to the ridiculous. So this is my kind of...
You have to. So, the haircut looks good. I'll give Shannon that. The haircut actually looks good, And he fancies himself a bit of a comedian, He's telling us, he's a bit like Eddie Murphy, which, rude, okay? He says that he gets a sense of humour from his dad, and then we get into how abusive his dad was, He used to get beaten a lot, And his wife and his mum are both saying that he used to really want a lot of attention, like before, like when he was younger, and he's still that way now. And they think that it's related to his relationship with his dad. He would do anything for attention.
Men just ruin everything, but
He does something for attention. Do you want to guess what it was? In his past.
Fuck. You have to give me a hint.
No, I might as well just tell you then.
Yeah.
He was on Jerry Springer.
Ah, okay.
So that just kind of encompasses the vibe of this person. Okay.
Yeah.
So we see the footage of him chasing an audience member for chatting shit to him when he was a guest on the show.
Okay.
Back then he was tapped. To this day he's tapped.
He's tapped.
Okay. So this whole story, this whole leg situation, it goes international, and obviously it's a talking point. People have different views. One guy wearing some shit suit is saying, if you buy a chest of drawers and something is in there, it's yours. So if he bought the grill and the leg is in there, then it's his.
Fuck.
Society, Jesus, calm down now. Rapture me.
Honestly,
Rapture
that picture
me.
of Jesus looking at the earth crying, apt.
He's not even entertaining anymore. He probably just turned it off. Like,
yeah, like what the hell, Lee?
What the hell, Lee? Everybody wants to see the leg, and so far in the documentary, we've not seen the leg. So, John is doing interviews, and at this point, he's still suffering from addiction. We see an interview that he does, and like he is not okay, to the point where he's taken his drug dealer with him to Europe. Because he goes to Europe for an interview.
But it doesn't even make sense. Taking your drug dealer to Europe, he can't transport the drugs. So what benefit is? You might as well find a UK dealer or a European dealer. What are you taking him for?
Maybe he has, there's like a dealer network, and they can all find each other abroad.
I don't think there's dealer Insta, but
you don't know the black web, whatever it's called, the dark web. So he doesn't take his sister with him to Europe. His sister, who's been supporting him and helping him and giving him money, blah blah blah. So much so that she's lying to her husband about helping him, because the husband is like, it's enough. Like, this guy is. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, the people on the show get him to take pictures with the leg, and we actually see the leg, and they pay him. When he's talking about it now, he's really embarrassed and like disappointed about doing it, because now he's kind of like, well, what's the difference between me and Shannon? Like, I'm exploiting my leg. I mean, it's your leg to exploit. That's the difference, to be honest.
Yeah, but either way, it's still, is the leg all, what does it look like, all decayed?
Yeah, it looks like, it kind of looks like tough. Like, it looks.
So he is in possession of the leg then?
Yeah, he has the leg, John starts to live under a bridge.
Okay. I don't laugh at homelessness. It's just like, where is this documentary actually going?
It's not funny. But again, this is what happened. One scene, we're on the talk show. The next scene, we're under a bridge. Okay. John is telling us that he wanted to die, and he was really angry that he didn't die in the plane crash, because if he had, then none of this would have happened. Which, I get the sentiment. I get it. probably a bit of survivor's guilt as well, because like your dad died. And then all of this is bringing up these feelings, because this is not just I had diabetes, my leg got amputated. This is in direct relation to the fact that your dad died in that plane crash. So it is kind of peak. So next, you'll never guess what happens, so I'm just going to tell you. Shannon, I keep wanting to say Shannon Sharp. Shannon gets a call from Judge Mathis about coming on the show. And then John gets informed about it. So Judge Mathis is like, listen, our judgments are final. There's no appeal like in real life, yeah? They spin it so it's like, you know, if we say to John, if we say that the leg is yours, then Shannon can't take you back to court because everything is final. So I guess that's what convinces John to go on the
makes
show.
them the highest authority of judicial...
Clout.
Okay, that's interesting. You can't take it to Supreme Court. Judge Mathis, he's the final...
You think Supreme Court is going to be like, hey, let's table this. People are dying, but let's table this leg situation.
Crazy.
In the documentary, we see clips from the episode. And Shannon, you know, the levels of delusion I almost admire, because he's so sure that he's going to win. He claims to have all this evidence, blah, blah, blah. John, meanwhile, is high as fuck. And it shows. Yeah. And that point of addiction is so sad, because it's like, in order for you, like, you would think, okay, let me not be high because I'm going to be on TV. But the addiction is so deep that, like,
you can't, there's nothing you can do about it.
You had to be high to go on it.
It's your Lord and Master.
Exactly. So Judge Mathis gives John he gives Shannon $5,000 in monetary damages, but John gets the leg.
Okay. So is John to pay Shannon?
Apparently, I don't even know who's to pay him. I don't know.
Where's John gonna get that money from under the bridge?
I don't know. I don't remember. Sorry, guys. I didn't do my due deal. Shannon says he's lost his extra foot. Okay. He's sworn by media after the ruling, and he loves it. Like, even to camera today, when he's describing it, it's like his eyes are like sparkling. He's fucking loving it, yeah? Now, the producers at Judge Mathis put John in rehab because Judge Mathis asked them to. And it's a really good rehab center. It's for rich people. And he's just like, they're from South Carolina. He's like, I'm just a guy from South Carolina. But he does really well. And this is the thing. We've watched documentaries about Jerry Springer, about Jeremy Kyle, and how they've like mistreated or maybe not like helped people on the show. This is an example of someone actually like helping, because he didn't have to do that. He could have been like, I got my episode, off you go. But actually this like really helped him to be sober, and like he's still sober now from that. And he goes to so now we're talking about, basically the whole thing was about the shrine to his dad, right? So he wants to complete this memorial shrine to his dad, but to remove the flesh from this leg costs $15,000.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Give it to like some wolves to eat and go back.
So what he does do is that he meets a vet who offers to like debonify the leg for free.
And what are they going to do with the flesh?
I don't know, that's their business. But at this point in the documentary, you see the leg close up, like you can see the toenails.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
This is nasty.
It's very disgusting. On-screen text tells us that Shannon is cast in a reality show called Dukes of Haggle. Have you heard of this show?
No.
Okay, same. We see clips of the show, and it's everything you think it is. It's just dumb. Yeah. His wife, I almost want to save her, but then I'm also like, no one's forcing you to be with this man, and you're still here. So, you know, at the end of the day, but she looks like she's so over him. And I don't blame her. Imagine your man's a clout chaser. Imagine.
Yeah, no, I don't know why she's with him.
Impossible. So John and his mum, they have like a little reunion situation. The family are basically saying that with John, they're always waiting for the shoe to drop. It's almost like they feel like, he'll go back, and like he always knows how to take a good situation and make it worse. So they're always kind of like on eggshells with him.
Oh,
I know, it's really sad.
Addiction is horrible.
It's really sad, exactly. So now it's the reveal of the leg, the debonified leg. And it's basically just like a bone, and then it's in like this like plastic mold kind of thing.
Okay.
The vet, however, she's not happy with the work. She feels like she could do a better job, so she wants to redo it. And this is where I say everybody in this documentary is mad. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's insane.
I don't understand. What do you want to redo if all the flesh is off the
She
bone?
thinks she can do a better job
Of what?
of removing the flesh.
But is there still flesh on the
Well,
bone?
apparently, more than she would like.
Okay.
So now we're back with Shannon and his wife. She tells us that they've been talking about divorce a lot.
Okay,
That
good
he's
for
not
her.
happy, he doesn't make her laugh, and he's changed a lot, and therefore she's not happy. That she just wants him to find what makes him happy and take the pressure off her to do it, which
Yeah.
understandable.
Fair enough.
It's clout that he wants, babe, and you're not giving it to him.
Yeah, you can't give it to him.
So now the documentary is coming to an end. It ends with on-screen text. Shannon plans on throwing the grill into the ocean because he believes it is cursed.
Okay.
He says he's been asked to run...
You are cursed.
Yes. He says he's been asked to run for president.
Okay.
And you think this is mad, but actually considering who's president now, it's really not...
Yeah, it's actually not. That's why I
It's
said
not
okay.
far-fetched.
Like we've got a reality TV. Well, not we.
But,
them man
yeah.
have a reality TV star
Yeah.
as president now.
Yeah.
So anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And so in 2014, that's how you know how old this documentary is, because in the on-screen text, we're talking about 2014. John gets married to this lady called Leslie,
Aw.
and he's still sober.
Yay!
I know, but now it's time for
The real crime, I think, was the beard.
our segment where we focus on something during the documentary that may not be criminal, but I definitely
is a
consider
crime.
to be a crime. Okay?
I guess you're doing this alone.
I'm doing this alone. Now, before that, I wanted to say, on the surface, this is a documentary about foot, okay? But actually, it covers a lot of themes, such as disgust.
Grief.
Exactly. Grief, clout chasing, attention seeking, abuse, addiction, many things. But yeah, the real crime is Shannon. Now, Shannon has a private number plate, yeah? And that private number plate is FT Smoker, as in foot smoker. And he also has merch, t-shirts about this foot he found in a grill, smoker, whatever. And to
What
me,
an embarrassing human being.
so embarrassing. And it's like 10 years later, yeah, that we're recording this and the documentary was made or whatever. And I bet you he's still the same.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
bet you he's still the same.
People like that don't change.
At all. It's who you are. Fundamentally, it's a flaw. But yeah, what's your thoughts? How did you feel about that?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Somehow you brought it to life without me watching it. I'm very much now like, okay, I'm gonna go and watch.
Everyone should watch it, man. I mean,
It's absolutely
fantastic.
ridiculous.
But the documentary is when you had that idea, I was like, I know exactly the documentary that we should do.
I'm still scrambling to figure out what I'm gonna do.
And I've watched
I
so
thought you
many
watched everything.
documentaries. Every day
Yeah.
that passes, it's gonna get harder because I watch a documentary all the time.
Okay, I'll
No,
figure it
you'll
out.
Find one. Like, I haven't seen every documentary ever.
Yeah.
And even if I have seen one, chances are I forgot what it was about.
Okay.
But yeah, man, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. What are we doing next? Am I doing it back to you?
No, we should spread it
next?
out.
Yeah.
We'll do a normal
We'll do
one
it.
next,
Yeah.
and then we can go from there. But we'll figure it out.
I don't.
Do you have
it
any?
has to be
Do you have any
surprised
that you
because we
want to
haven't
do?
thought.
Anyway, we can talk about this off air.
Yeah. Surprise! It'll be a surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise!
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to our podcast, our cute
Thank
little
you.
podcast. Really grateful.
Thank you so much.
We love you a lot. Obviously, rate and comment and share and all those things.
Yeah, you can find us everywhere. 2 Girls 1 Doc and 2 Girls 1 Doc podcast on Tickety Talk. You can find me on Tickety Talk, Fourens the Booty. And you are Beedie MP.
I am Beedie.mp4 on TikTok and Beedie on eyewear on Instagram.
Perfecto.
Yes, let's turn this off before my camera decides it doesn't want to operate anymore.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
Bye.
911, what is the emergency? My daughter's husband got in a fight with my daughter.
He choked me.
I hit him.
Is he breathing? I can't tell.
It's one of the bloodiest crime scenes I've seen in a long time.
Things were not great. There were times when I thought that I'm gonna die.
You said mom killer.
But are they the victims or is he the victim?
In 30 years of prosecuting, I've never seen photographs like these.
What have you done?
The kids were in bed asleep when this occurred. they had lost their father.
Did you ever see him hit her? Molly made me lie.
What is the truth and what's not?
On the outside of the house looks like sunshines and rainbows. And on the inside...
We learned that there are secret recordings.
If I hadn't screamed that night, he would have just strangled me.
I never saw my dad ever lay hands on Molly.
My dad is a really amazing person.
I was going to save her life, and I have no regrets.
What really happened?
Who is the victim here?